Welcome back to the film room. Today we're going to talk about Bo Melton, the Rutgers standout wide receiver. He was a player that I've definitely been very interested in through this draft cycle, and a guy that, when he was drafted, I thought went a lot later than I wanted him to. I was hoping the Chiefs would pick him up late in the 7th round if he fell that far, and we ended up passing on him for his teammate, Isaiah Pacheco, I believe it's said, out of, Rutgers with him, who's a guy that definitely caught my eye while watching this tape, and I think he's a really good player as well. But today we're going to talk about Bo Melton, and we are looking at his games in 2021 against Wisconsin and Michigan, as those were the only games I could access. I wish there was more so we could go into more tape, but those are the only two that I have access to, so those are the ones we're watching today. And without any further ado, let's get into the tape. So here is our first play. This is going to be Bo Melton lined up in the slot, as you can see with that arrow, and he's going to be running kind of a corner route or a slot fade. I can't tell exactly. I think it's more of a corner route, but either way, and I think this is a great route and definitely displays his upside at the next level. So we're going to watch it in full speed, and then we will go back and kind of dive into it a little deeper. You're going to see it's a pretty good throw. I'll get a little more nitpicky with it after, but there's the play. It's a good completion. I actually saw this for the first time when watching Leo Chenal in this game. I didn't end up making a video on that game, but I was watching that game for him, and I was like, oh yeah, there's Bo Melton, who is, a very good receiver prospect. So he's going to be running, and he's going to attack this DB's hips very well, I think. And right here, he's going to break this inside and make this guy flip his hips, and you can see he's turning his head to run upfield like it's a post. And then, boom, he cuts it right back outside and just leaves this guy pretty lost. And the ball is already out. And if this ball is in front of him, I think it should be way more forward. I think this could be a touchdown, but it is going to be a completion and a good play from Melton. Now, here is our next play. This is going to be Melton getting a little bit of a touch pass here in motion. And he's going to turn this into a solid gain and a first down. But, this isn't a huge game by any means. And you're going to see, it doesn't look like something we should really be talking about, but look at it again and see how many guys that are there to tackle him. So this tackle gets out. Pacheco doesn't really have a good opportunity to get out there and make a block, but this defensive lineman is here. This linebacker is here. This other linebacker, I think that's Chenal, is here. This guy's not even being blocked that well, and then both these safeties are on his side of the field. I mean, there's 5 guys right there that are unblocked, just running straight towards him, but he's still going to duck around that guy and, keep his balance enough to get this first down. I think that was really impressive from him, and you'll see it better from this angle of how he just makes that guy miss, and you can see him using his speed just to capitalize on yards after catch. Now here's our next play. This isn't going to be a catch. He's not even going to get targeted, but I like the way he separates on the second break of this route. I mean, not even the second break, but just the main cut. As we'll watch it again, you can kind of see him in the slot. He's not going to get much on the crosser, but then he's going to kind of bring it back upfield and then just break it off to the right. And if this ball is out like right here, obviously the quarterback's under pressure to about, somewhere in here, I think that's a completion and probably a first down, but obviously pressure, quarterback isn't able to get a throw there. Now here is our next play. This one, he is going to, show some good elusiveness after the catch. It's going to be a quick hitch route. He gets down and then makes a couple guys miss. Nearly gets the first down. I don't think he was marked to it. I think he's a little bit short, but still thought this was a solid example of his ability after the catch. Nothing too crazy, but again, it's like 4 guys on him right here, and he's able to dance around this dude and, stay on his feet for just a little bit longer and get very close to that first down. Now we're going to show what he can do on this is a beautiful route, but it's not going to end up being successful, as he's going to get this corner completely bitten, but this guy's going to do some defensive holding right here before the ball is out, and then some pass interference once the ball is out. And we're going to go back and look at this route a little bit closer, because, this was a thing of beauty, and this is probably, this is definitely a catch, and this is probably a touchdown, I think, if this guy doesn't hold. But the guy, honestly, probably the right call on defense to just take the penalty and not get, a touchdown. So you're going to see Melton's going to break in like this is a slant. This guy going all the way downhill. Pretty sure that that's what it is, and then Melton cuts it back open on the post corner again, and this guy is completely flat-footed right here, and he's just going to kind of chuck him right there and hold on to him. If not, again, this is definitely a touchdown, or at least definitely a catch, and I'm going to say most likely a touchdown. So good call by the DB, but that's a rough one because this was a really, really nice route, and you can kind of see, we'll see, look, look at the pass interference a little bit closer here. And this is the last play from this game, and now we'll get on to a couple plays from the Michigan game, where here he is down here. This corner is going to bail off, and it's going to be a run, but I just want to show you he's going to really crack this safety in run blocking, and he's just going to get a good block. It's not going to end up going too far because the running back does not hold on to it, and the play doesn't really go anywhere. But I thought this was a really good block. I don't think it was a block. I don't think it was in the back or anything, and he's just going to come in there, get a good hit, and set up a play that doesn't really happen from his runner. And here's our last play. This is going to be the last one against Michigan and of the video, and this is going to be him, just a little bit of run after catch action that he's going to get here. And thought this was a solid rep, not anything too crazy. He's got a pretty good cushion, and I like his moves and I just like the way he moves in space, even though he again isn't given too much of an opportunity here. So we'll speed this up because it takes him a while to get set, but he isn't given too many opportunities, obviously playing at Rutgers, and again, not having much blocking, especially on a play like this. Two guys coming downhill at him. This is a super tough assignment, even for a Kadarius Toney or somebody else. And that's Daxton Hill, first round pick, who's gonna do a pretty good job of trying to contain him, but Bo Melton will nearly get past him, and it'll still be a solid rep. So that is going to wrap it up for today. That's all the Bo Melton I have access to, which is kind of sad because I've heard so many great things about him, and he definitely showed flashes, but I wasn't able to see the day 2 hype and early day 3 hype that I heard from a lot of people. From the tape that I was able to see, 7th round seemed like pretty good value. So, and to answer the question that I guess I haven't even formally addressed, it was my question going in this video, was was he the most underrated receiver in this draft class? And maybe he is, but based on this tape, based on the film and watch, I'm gonna say no. I bet there's a guy more underrated. I think George Pickens ended up being more underrated. I think probably Sky Moore and a lot of the guys that went higher. But late round receivers, we'll see on Justin Ross. I'll definitely make an episode on him at some point. But Bo Melton, good player, and he had a lot of flashes again, and it's hard to tell from these limited targets, these limited catches in limited games on a team that is not very good. So it's tough to tell for him, and he's a guy that I'd want to root for, and I think with the Seahawks he'll be given opportunity. They've got 2 really good receivers there in Lockett and DK Metcalf, who are going to be guys that he can learn from, and also guys that like Dwayne Eskridge, and I believe did they draft another receiver? Maybe they got another late round guy, I'm not 100% sure, that I still think can be good and he can learn from and hopefully develop into a starting caliber receiver. But that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Any Rutgers or Seahawks fans, let me know what you think of Melton and what he brought to your team or will bring to your team, and any other NFL fans, again, just let me know your thoughts on him as a pick, and stay tuned for more picks. Suggest more prospects down below, because I have a ton of these on the way and that are already out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.